Hey, hello, Spurs fans. It's Paul Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet, and it's a Tottenham horror spur spooktacular. That's not really. Any old gimmick will do. Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! I hope you're all well. Now, just to give you a bit of a Tottenham themed Halloween night, I did extensive research on the Internet Movie Database, IMDb, to find any horror films that were shot in Tottenham. And to be fair, I think people might be getting a little bit confused between Tottenham and Tottenham Court Road. But, that aside, I found two. And they're two bangers as well. I don't know if they're actually. It says it was filmed in Tottenham. This is the best I've got, man. It's a slow week, isn't it? We're not playing until May or something like that. But the two films, one American Werewolf in London. That's the one I think is Tottenham Court Road because I think that's the tube station. But it might be in Tottenham. It's been a while since I've seen it. It might be in Tottenham. But the other one that I think could actually be Tottenham is 28 Days Later. So there you are. If you want to. If you during this desert period of no football at all, if you want a bit of a spooky Tottenham night, 28 Days Later. I might watch it. Well, it's past Halloween here because world's round and it's the next day now, so I missed the boat on it. Really, I just did the extensive. I'll come clean. I scheduled this thing for the half hour to see if I get more viewers. Didn't work. I'm not blaming you now watching. You're all right. It's all the other ones, they've got the dings on the phones and everything. It didn't do anything, so I bang that. I'm not going to schedule it because it's a bit boring for me because I scheduled it, made a cup of coffee, made myself look nice and beautiful. And then I'm sitting here, for the last 3 minutes going, oh, I'm bored now. So I'm not scheduling anymore. Anyway, so that's the horror bit over. I know it's a bit thin. But the other thing I'm noticing, and the latest pundit to fall into this trap is Jason Cundy on Talk Sport. Now, I know I understand Jason gets a bit of flack from Spurs supporters. I actually don't mind him that much. Whenever he's sort of bagging Spurs, it's often with a wink. And the only time I see him when he gets like serious is when you get some fan ringing up who says, "Oh," and then he'll get serious, and then he'll fight fire with fire. So I don't actually mind him too much. I think it's quite funny sometimes. But according to Jason Cundy, all of Chelsea's woes would be fixed if, you guessed it, it's the theme of the season. It's the theme of the season. If Chelsea had a striker, what's going on? What's going on with all these? I swear, I think they've all forgotten what football is. I think they've just been hypnotised by Erling Haaland. The only thing that these teams, I've heard it said about Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, every team we play that magically turns into rubbish when they play Spurs. Oh, if only they had a striker. I've got to look. This is a case study that us at Tottenham all know too well, and here's the evidence for why that is just bonking rubbish. Last year, or the last decade, Tottenham Hotspur had the best striker in the world. The best, not like the best. Harry Kane. And where did that get us? This is no reflection on Harry. We weren't that good, were we? Because we didn't play football. This is the thing, these teams. Ange has come along and he's just gotten us to play football. It's not rocket science. It's just football. But they're also, Erling Haaland, he scores lots of goals, and Man City, they won the treble. Ergo, if every team had an Erling Haaland, they'd be really good. It's not true. Because if you don't play football, you ain't going to get anywhere. And that's what this is what's happening when teams are playing Spurs. Our feisty, up and at 'em, front foot, punch 'em on the nose football is stopping them from playing football. It doesn't matter if what happened. I'll tell you what happened last year when we played Manchester City with their striker Erling Haaland, Romero gave him a nice little bit of a touch-up. A little welcome to the game, Erling. And then what happened to Erling Haaland? He buggered off back down the pitch trying to be a midfielder, which he ain't. So there you go, play football. Play football, everyone, and you might have a chance. But if you just, I don't know. Speaking of Erling Haaland, the Ballon d'Or went to Lionel Messi. A bit of, I don't know, people saying it's controversial that Erling Haaland deserved it. Well, I don't know. It was a very special moment in football, for me anyway. The last World Cup and Messi kind of winning it for Argentina. It was a brilliant moment, and bugger it, give him the Ballon d'Or. It's going to be his last one. Erling Haaland and Mbappe, they're only young. There's time for them to win some, and I think it was such a great moment in football. It's worth it. It's worth it, you know, and put a smile on my face. That World Cup final, I was watching it with my mate Mountain Bushman, and we had a great old time watching it. So if it was down to me and him, I think we'd just give it to Messi. In fact, it is just down to me and him. In fact, you didn't know this, but the whole Ballon d'Or, it's not decided by, it's just me and my mate. They ask us every year who should win. We go, Lionel Messi won the World Cup, didn't he? So yeah, there you go. Blame me, and Mountain Bushman if you don't like it. Anyway, there's a few of you in here now. Hello. Hey. Ooh. Halloween. It's quite fun actually driving around last night, seeing all the kids. Because I used to think, oh, Halloween, it's an American thing. But, seeing a bunch of kids running around dressed like zombies and Draculas. I think that's what they're called, Draculas. I thought it was quite cool, quite fun. Why not? Right. Have I got anything else? Not really. I when I got home last night, I went up on the roof for sunset, started doing one of my little videos. After 3 minutes, I thought, this is shit. I do have some standards, believe it or not. So, so it didn't get uploaded. I might do a special. Actually, you know what? I might upload it for members. So, because then they'll cancel their membership, won't they? The commune members, if they see how bad I can be. So, but I might do a little bonus for the commune members. You get to see it when I'm absolutely rubbish or more rubbish than usual. So I might do that later today if I remember. So anyway, super chats and memberships are available. Hope you're all doing well. I'll come over the chat and see how much juice we can squeeze out of this 5-week-old lemon that's just been lying in the sun. Oh, there's another drop. All right, here we go. Who's in? Who's in? Oh, look at this. First out the blocks, Welsh gal. And before I read your comment, I mentioned the Internet Movie Database earlier. It used to be called the Cardiff Movie Database back in the 90s. You remember the 90s when the internet was young and it kind of just was, it looked basic, but it all was pretty easy and it worked. You don't have mysterious things that are on websites these days. Well, it was called the Cardiff Internet or Cardiff Movie Database. And it was kind of a thing where people just all collaborated. It was hosted by, I think it might have been Cardiff University. And suckers like me would put in movie reviews, because we thought it was quite a cool thing. And then the person that owned it decided to sell it to Amazon, or and make $55 million out of it, out of all those people's work. Not that I'm bitter. I'm not bitter. I'm on the Internet Movie. Well, they used to have a Hall of Fame there. My name was on it. Undeserved because I only did about 5 reviews. But that's how the internet works. You just create a framework. You get everyone to work, do all the work for you, and then you flog it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Lovely. So anyway, back to Welsh Girl. Borodar, I suppose. Yes, very early. Borodar, yeah, it's 4:24 here. I'm finding that when I get up early in the morning and I do a stream, it sets me up nicely for the day. I can get out, drive around, like yesterday, picked up a model. She's going to a photo shoot. She said, "Oh, can you put the windows up and the air conditioning on? because of my hair. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And she started sneezing. She said, oh, I've got a bit of a cold. So, so me getting your germs don't matter. Windows back down. So it gives me the intestinal fortitude to deal with all that. And then when I come back later in the day, I'm a bit not flat, but I'm just tired. So early mornings, this is what's happening so far. And I'm sort of awake anyway. So anyway, God, I'm getting a lot of material out of this comment. Thanks, Welsh gal. Must love your neighbours must love your early AM streams. I don't know. I live in a concrete box. I don't think my voice carries that well, unless there's a compliment, man, that I've got such bassy, baritone, manly vocal technique that it just resonates. It resonates through the whole suburb. Bugger 'em. We're talking Spurs. Some things are worth waking up for, folks. Wake up. Oi, everyone. Can't hear anything. By the way, the mighty Spurs are top of the league. Oh, are they? Oh, I forgot about that. I didn't update the league table, but I did update the end thing. So Elvis G, you don't get a special mention now, apart from that one, because you're actually on the credits now. Top of the league, yes, top of the league. Huh. Wonderful. And if we beat Chelsea, we're at the top of the league still, aren't we? It's getting a bit boring, this, and a bit sort of predictable. You know, I didn't think winning the league would be so beige. You know, week in, week out, top of the league. Magic. By the way, forgot. Alison, Welsh girl, is a member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Membership and super chats are available. Give you a plug there. There's a few coming in now. Hello, everyone. Made no difference whether I scheduled it or not. It's usually about this time that people come in anyway. So, there's a load of things you're supposed to do when you're building a channel, and I'm not doing any of them, and it seems to be going all right. So, Magic, g'day, Paul. Come on, you Spurs. Captain Cockerel. Hello, Paul. The Hotspur Hippie. Hope you're good, mate. Yeah, not doing too bad. Oh, I think I'm hyperventilating now. I've gone fast out the blocks there. Just have a sip of my fine Aldi instant coffee. Hook me up, Aldi. You know, we can do a deal. Magic. 28 days later and 28 weeks later were fantastic. You know, it's been many a year since I've seen 28 days later. I might have to watch it again because I do remember it being good. I don't think I've seen 28 weeks later, but because sometimes sequels, But if you're saying it's good, I might give it a go. It's on you, man. It's on you. Well, it could be good. In which case, thank you. Ali Mohammed, salam alaikum, brother. Could we win manager and player of the month again? Well, this is where I started laughing. If we have a look at, I did have a look at the league table. Did we win all our? I think we won all our games in October, didn't we? Are we the only team that's won all our games in October? You out there might be able to correct me. Anyway, I think he's up for it, isn't he? He's up for another shout. I'm telling you. I said this from the first month. If the Premier League give it to Ange Postecoglou for August, they've painted themselves into a corner because they're just going to have to give it to him every month. Let's just remind everyone that Ange has just been in the job. When he start 1st of July, so July, August, September, October. He's not even been in the job 4 months. Hang on. So all of July, 4 months. He hasn't been in there 4 months yet. The hardest league in the world. Oh, will Ange be able to cope with the Premier League? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, what is he? He's only managed in Australia and Japan and Scotland. I mean, he's won like 50 million trophies, but Premier League, that's where it's done. Well, no, because the Premier League's forgotten how to play football because everyone thinks, if you've got a striker, you're going to win. They've been hypnotised by Erling Haaland. They forget how he came for us, don't they? I mean, he's just. I mean, Ange is just taking the piss, really, isn't he? He's just walked into the highfalutin. Us in England, we look down. He's only managed in Scotland. They don't know how to play. There's only two teams in Scotland, and there's only Celtic. Even I could manage Celtic and win a trophy. Where'd that attitude get you? Know where it got Tottenham Hotspur top of the league with Ange Postecoglou, man. Like I've been saying since bloody March, get him in, get him in. Oh, we got super chat. Ooh. Dude. Elvis G. Hello, man. Thanks, Paul. It feels so good to enjoy watching Tottenham again and looking forward to the next game, doesn't it, man? Doesn't it? It's I mean, I'm not saying you got to be top of the league to enjoy your football, but I just like the football we're playing. I'm really loving it, man. I think we're well worth our first place in the league. It's got nothing to do with luck. I've heard, pundits say, who did we play last? Crystal Palace, wasn't it? They scored an own goal. Oh, Tottenham are lucky. They've had a couple of own goals go their way. Well, we scored a couple of own goals as well, let's face it. And why do you score own goals? Unless it's a complete cock up. It's pressure. Pressure. Crystal Palace's own goal, if that the defender had no choice, he had to try something. Because he had that finishing machine, Richarlison, over his shoulder that was ready to pounce and hoof it over the bar. But the defender, he had to do something. Same with the own goal, the other own goals. Who was it? I don't know. Was it Liverpool scored one or something? I don't know. But because we're up them so much, that's where you get own goals. It's not luck, man. It's not luck. That's why we're top. Tippity toppermost of the poppermost. But so yes, thanks for the super chat, Elvis. You're double dipping, man. You're a member of the commune, and you give me how much is that? £5, £5 sterling. We have to, when I get pounds sterling, I have to bow. That's the rules in Australia. When something's to do with England or the UK, we all have to go, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you very much for that, Elvis. And you're in the credits at the end now. Took me a while, but if you can't say we're not ruthlessly efficient here at the Hotspur Hippie channel. That's just me, isn't it? I mean, I'm not quite talking in the third person because it ain't sort of me, is it? My name's Paul. But thank you very much, Elvis. Oh, hang on. Oh, now I've got to scroll up and find where I was. Oh, God, there's loads of comments. Oh, bloody hell, man. Oh, my Lord, there's loads. What are you lot doing? I mean, thank you. Here we go. Ian Barron, here we go. Evening, Ian. Everyone watching, hoping you're well, having a great day. And I have to rely on other people for this. If you click like, smash that like, smash that. See how I think, smash the like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the notification. I mean, you lot must get bored with hearing everyone say that time and time again, don't you? I know I do when I'm watching. It's like, yeah, I know. But thank you, man. As normal, good luck with your channel. Thanks very much, Ian. Thank you. Ian's been around since. There's loads of people who've been around since day dot. Thank you very much, Mark. And good evening, my good man. How are you? I'm watching the A Team. What? I love it when a plan comes together. What that? Ange's schooled all the managers so far. I know, man. But that's what it takes. Sometimes it takes someone from the outside to that's been in he's been brought up and lives in the Postacogopoulos, the football nexus, where all the strata and multiverse of football all comes together. It's a single point somewhere, and it's in the Postecoglou, and Ange just goes and sticks his head in it, and it all flows through it. I mean, that's one theory. The other theory is that the Postecoglou is just him. I mean, I don't know. I'm no scientist, so I don't know what the actual truth is, but it's one of the two. But yeah, you're right. He has schooled them. He schooled them. He schooled all the managers. He's got our players working as a team. And I mean, the harmony around the club is brilliant. He's also schooling all the journalists as well. When they're asking him questions, they're like hanging off his every word. It's fantastic. Love it. Mark Howell, g'day, Paul. G'day, Mark. How you going, man? All right, it's Welsh go again. Oh, that's an interesting question. Any films shot in Tottenham, New South Wales? Well, when I get down there, I'll do one. I mean, it won't be a feature or anything like that, but I mean, that's the best I can do. Actually, I don't even know if anyone's uploaded any videos to YouTube about Tottenham, New South Wales. Probably, but maybe not. Maybe I'll be the first. There's only 500 odd people that live there, but they've got a sports ground, and it's near the Bogan Highway, so I've got to drive up that, which would be kind of cool. And hopefully, when I get there, I might have a special guest on. Ooh, I'm not going to name names just in case things don't work out, and it won't be their fault because they're a brilliant person. So, but just sometimes things take a while to sort out. Derek Smith, unfair. You're clashing with my other favourite YouTuber. Oh, it's Jacob. Oh, well, see this. Bugger. Sorry, Jacob. But I mean, me and Jacob are having a bit of a legal dispute, about funds that are supposed to, pass my way every time I go on there. And he's holding out. I mean, our lawyers are talking about it at the moment. We are literally talking about, probably $2.50 American money. If it was Australian money, obviously wouldn't bother. But it's greenbacks, isn't it? Well, hello everyone that's watching afterwards. That's watched Jacob's. It's one of my favourite channels actually. United Spurs of America. I do enjoy having a chat with him and going on a stream. And well, we clash now and then, but I hope there's no bad blood. I hope there's no bad. Could this be the start of a big feud? No, of course it won't. Of course it won't. But yeah, I get up and I stream and that's it. I thought Jacob usually streams a bit later, but oh well. Sometimes it happens, eh? Derek Smith, good evening, Paul. Good evening, Derek. Dirty Sanchez, good day. Good day, man. Everyone say hello. Oh. Magic, this is how fan channel should be. Yes. Ignorant. No facts here, man. Facts don't belong in football. The only facts that count in football: goals scored, goals conceded, points on the table. That's it. That's it. Everything else is emotion. Emotion. I was speaking to a mate of mine, Mountain Bushman, yesterday, who he was over, did a tour around South America when Brazil hosted the World Cup. I think it was 2014, was it? And areas like Sao Paulo or areas like that where people are real. Many people are facing real poverty. They haven't got a lot going in their lives, like material wise, but they absolutely love their football clubs. And you go and tell them that it's not about emotion, it's about fact. That's what football's about. It's a working class game, or that end of the scale game. It's not for toffs and rich people because they don't understand things. They don't understand emotion. That lot, they got no empathy, billionaires. So how can they understand football? So you tell a fan that they shouldn't be believing in their teams. It's not going to happen down in South America. Why should it happen anywhere else in the world? Derek Smith, Paul, we are winning, yes, but do you think Do you think we're not playing that well? Struggled and here we go. Okay, all right. Let's see. Struggled and we're lucky against Sheffield, while Arsenal just rolled right over them. The improvements I'm seeing, because I've heard this, that we're not getting better, or we're playing worse. And look, what I'm seeing is that each week we're solving a different problem. So against Sheffield, where they were parking the bus, we were finding it hard to excuse me, we were finding it hard to break through that. But we did. I mean, at the end of the day, we still won. It was late in the day, but it's before the whistle went, so it don't matter, does it? So that was a problem. That was like a problem we were having. But since then, this low block malarkey. Now, like the last two games, you saw in the first 10 minutes, it's like pepper, 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 lots of pressure. So we're solving the problem. Now the next bit is all those chances we're creating, some of those to go in the back of the net. So I'm seeing it as an improvement each game. And like Ange is saying, we're still 4 months, man. He's been here 4 months, and so the players are still having to use. Yeah, I'll use some cognitive science terms for you. They're still, I forget which way around it is. They're still using their declarative memory, their short-term memory. They're having to think a bit about what they're doing, and they're getting it right a lot of the times. But when that becomes more instinctive, more procedural, more in their long-term memory, when they start to know where everyone is, then you're going to start to see some real big fireworks. So I see it as, I'm watching it, and every game we're actually improving. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing and feeling. Your mileage may differ. That's why I'm looking at it. Arsenal just roll right over them. Okay, but don't matter. 5-0, 2-1. I mean, if you're talking about Arsenal, we were all over them, weren't we? That's a game we kind of could have, should have, if won. I think we were. I think we were the better team when we played Arsenal. So football doesn't. I know what you're saying, Derek, because I kind of do those things as well. If they beat a team by 3 and we beat them by 5, then we're better than them. But I don't think it actually works that way. It's when it's head to head, that's when you know. And seeing us head to head against Arsenal, I think we were better. I think we were better than them, and I think we'll roll Arsenal over when they come to Tottenham Hotspur, when they come to White Hart Lane. And if it comes down to that, I'm confident we'll do it. Hi, Derek. Oh, he is not. Captain Cockerell, you and your mate need to get it to Madison this year. Well, we might we might spread it around. We've got to keep our powder dry on who wins these awards. We don't want to, I don't want to give you an exclusive and all that about who's going to win Premier League Manager of the Month and the Ballon d'Or. That would spoil it for the footballing world, wouldn't it? Derek Smith, Halloween, no, Guy Fawkes night, yes. I do miss, Guy Fawkes night is pretty cool. Um, Unfortunately, in Australia, the nanny state, you can't buy fireworks. Whereas in England, well, when I was growing up in England, you could be 5 and walk around to a newsagent. Can I have a big box of dangerous fireworks for me and my mates to throw at each other? Yeah, there you go, son. Knock yourself out. No, fireworks are deemed too risky for adults to play around with. No fun for you. Except in Canberra, where all the politicians, everything's legal in Canberra. It's like the Wild West down there. Drugs, booze, sex, anything goes in Canberra. But no, not in the rest of the country. I'm annoyed that it gets largely forgotten over commercialisation and money-making exercise of American Halloween. Yeah, I get that. I get that, but I'm kind of, I don't know, if people are having fun, who cares? But it's um, I don't know. I don't know if it's. I think it's all. It's kind of. I've only been in Australia since '95, so what do I know? But I think Halloween's been a pretty thing here since I moved here. So maybe I'm just into it now. Um, Kind of fun. I've done it with my kids, you know. But Guy Fawkes night, yeah, bonfire night. It's good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Rakesh, my favourite hippie. What is your second favourite? But nice to see you, man. Uh, Captain Cockerell, I'd love to see Paul do a video with expressions. Oh my God, man, that's like, you know, he's top notch. That guy. I do like expressions. It's one I do. After most games, I'll see what his take on it is because he's just. I think it's just funny. I mean, I'm positive he does all of those off the hip. So he's very quick, and yeah, he sets the bar pretty high. There's old expressions for off the cuff funniness. Yeah, I do like him. So I mean, me and expression, God, I'm dreaming about Tottenham winning the league. I can't even dream about doing something like that. I'm like a tiny little microbe compared to that guy. You're both the funniest positive YouTube Spurs channels. Thanks, man. On the net would be quality CGO. Yeah, well, and like and myself, just like expressions last few years, I wasn't that positive. When there's nothing, when we're playing badly, that's when I let all that out as well. Um, I am a one-eyed Spurs fan, but when we're rubbish, we're rubbish. But at the moment, we're fantastic. So yeah, it's good to see expressions all happy as well. He's loving it, which is it's great to see. Oh, what have I done? Have I clicked the wrong thing? Ali Mohammed, how many points do you think we will end up with? Also, how many goals for Son? Well, according to, I haven't updated or I haven't even uploaded that. Okay, can't show it at the moment, but the Hotspur Hippie Dreamometer, I've got two very scientific measures on it. I usually do show this on my match reviews. So if you look at my last match review, you'll see what I'm thinking or what the cold hard stats are thinking. And one measure is I call it the pro rata. So if you take the number of points we've got at the moment, we divide it by the number of games, which is 10, and you multiply that by 38, the number of games in the season, that's saying we're going to get 99 points. So that's one way of looking at it. And the other measure I'm doing is I'm looking at how many points we've gained over last season. So, for example, I think Liverpool might be an example. So when we played Liverpool, we beat them this year. We lost. I think we lost or drew last year. Might have been a draw last year. So we got 1 point last year. We got 3 points this year. So that means we're two up on last year. So far after 10 games, we've gained 11 points over the fixtures last year. So that's 71. But that's as the season goes on, that's going to hopefully move up more. But either way, it's looking really good, man. Either way, yeah, it could all blow up tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. Bugger tomorrow. I'm flat out scheduling a stream in half an hour in the future, let alone looking at May or June. Derek Smith Darlington are doing worse than Torquay. That's a shame, man. Yeah, I saw Ian mention this a while ago. It's like, oh, come on, man. Torquay United in the National League South. I think Hayes and Yedding United are in that division as well. That's I hate when teams merge. Lee Neri, is that a new name? Hello. Um, yes, Paul, we're the only team to win all our games in October. Okay, thanks for doing the research for me. Analysis. But us and Woolwich are the only unbeaten clubs this season. That's true. But if we're the only, if we If we won all our games and we're the only team to win all the games, then I mean, you've got to give it to Ange again, haven't you? It's hilarious, isn't it? Oh, can he cope with the Premier League? Bang! Three Premier League managers are in the month awards in a row. Not just after he's been bedded in for a couple of years as well. It's just hello, g'day. I'm Ange Postecoglou. Can I have all your awards, please? Oh yeah, here we go. It's hilarious. Derek Smith, they won't give Ange a third manager of the month award, will they? Well, I know when the voting opens up, I'm voting for him. I don't know what weight they give to the fans. You know, all these suits sitting there with their pipes, brill cream. They might want to balance things up a little bit. Why? There's no room for sharing things out. Ange is the man. We've won all our games. Who did we play? So we played. Oh god, this is going to test my. Don't write in. Don't work this out for me. But we've played what a few games. What was it? Crystal Palace, Fulham, and a couple of other games. Or maybe not, because there was an international break, wasn't there? Might have only been three. All right, maybe it's a small sample size. Maybe that gives the Premier League suits a bit of wiggle room to give it to someone else. They might give it to Arteta. I don't know why though. Why would you give it to him? He's a pretend manager, isn't he? You know, what does he know about football? What fourth year in, eighth, fifth? Well, I know he won the FA Cup in his first year, but that was with a squad he inherited. Eighth, fifth. How long does it take? And then last year, flying high. Just when you need that bit of extra motivation from your manager, I don't know, did he go missing or something? What happened? Maybe. What? One of their strikers get injured. Maybe that was it. Maybe Arsenal it were a striker short. That's what apparently, when you're crap, you just need a striker and you're brilliant. I hope so, man. I hope so. It'd be awesome. It'd be brilliant. And if he doesn't get it, he was robbed. Bloody robbed. Mick Dundee. G'day, mate. Morning. Nice to see you, Mick. Milton O'Bregor. Morning, Paul. Hope you're well, mate. I am tickety, but I've been going 42 minutes already. How did I fill 42 minutes with nothing? Oh, it must have been you kind people in the chat propping me up. Thank you very much. God, that's flown by. Derek Smith, I agree. Careful that, I'm an idiot, man. But okay, we'll see. I agree. Ange says we are only at the start of playing his way of playing. Yeah, that's right, man. Okay, yeah, I agree. You're agreeing with Ange. All right, that's fair enough. Don't start agreeing with me, man. Get you in all sorts of trouble. We aren't playing instinctively. Yeah, exactly. Next 6 games playing. Whoa. Oh, there's some super chats coming in. Hang on. I'll get to them in a second. Next 6 games playing better teams. I think will improve considerably and become more fluid. Yeah, the next 6 games. This is another test, isn't it? I mean, I'm only looking at Chelsea, but then after that, Wolves away. Now, Wolves away is a hard game, I reckon. They seem to be pretty good at home. They're giving some big teams some hassle up there. So I think that's an interesting match. That one, much more so than Chelsea. I think we're going to dominate Chelsea. But Wolves at home could be interesting. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Derek, 4 months, it ain't long enough for us to be, instinctive. That's a good way you put it. But that will come. That will come. The more you do something, it's the same as anything. You start something like picking up a musical instrument, and you're all like, like, you can't do it. It's like, and I hear this from people. I play bass guitar. And people say something like, I wish I could play bass guitar. Well, all you got to do is get one and just start playing it. And you will be atrocious when you start. But after a period of time, you'll become good at it. It's That's the way things are. You know, no one's born being able to play football. Like I hear this term, natural footballer, and when you look at the childhood of these natural footballers, they weren't born playing it, but what they have done is they were kicking a football around from a very young age, like Glenn Hoddle. You hear him talking, and not only did he always, he couldn't wait to get home from school and kick a ball around his backyard, but he had a sponge ball when he was a little kid that he used to kick around his bedroom, sponge ball, so he didn't damage anything. It's just football, football, football. And when you're doing that from, when you can walk, then that's when, you become a natural footballer. But, the same thing. You had to learn about it and get good at it. The younger you do these things, man, the better. When you get to my age, you can still do things, but it just takes you a little bit longer, a bit more. You've got to have a bit more motivation sometimes, but it's still doable. I'm not talking about football. I'm not going to bend one round in the top corner anytime soon, because I know what I'd have to do that would be to take football in a field and probably bang 10,000 shots. And if I did 10,000 shots, I'd probably be all right at it. But it would take me 5 or 10 years to do that, and that's the motivation ain't there. We're amazing creatures, human beings. There's a lot we can do when we put our minds to things, but it's perseverance, man. Mark Cavill, I'm off to Canberra. Oh, right. Well, you can have a party down there. You can do what you want down in Canberra because that's where all the politicians are and all their precious little children. So we can't have little Johnny getting done for drugs possession. No, in Sydney you get strip search on a train, and that isn't a joke to people around the world, by the way. The police in New South Wales go around with sniffer dogs, and they'll, if the sniffer dog indicates, like, bark at that boy, bark at the Aboriginal kid, woof, and then they take them off, and you get strip searched. You actually do get strip searched. I'm not kidding about this. And then you get done if you got like half a spliff on you or something like that. But in Canberra, no, hey, woo! So use Canberra's laws to your advantage, man. Let's Hotspur hippie. Sometimes you get a bit of the hippie. It's just, I can't help it. Can't help it. Otherwise, I'd just call the channel Hotspur, and Tottenham Hotspur would sue me. So Hotspur hippie is kind of getting around that, but it's my legal to fulfil not getting sued by Tottenham Hotspur. I've got to do a bit of the hippie stuff from time to time. That's the way it goes, eh? Mick Dundee, fireworks in the Northern Territory as well. Oh, can you? Oh, okay. Oh, because it's territory, maybe. Maybe that's the thing. Growing up, could get fireworks, but all we used to do was blow up the neighbours' letterboxes. Well, I'm sure there's a statute of limitations on that, Mick. I'm sure you're home and hosed now. You can come out of hiding. I understand through private messages me and Mick have been swapping that he has gone to ground, avoiding the authorities because of firework larceny. But I think you can come out now, Mick. We used to buy fireworks and throw them at each other. I mean, didn't do anyone any harm. Oh, bloody hell, he's up. Hello, Mount Bushman, Steamer. Even Easter. Ben Williams, how you doing, Paul? I'm doing. Oh, member of the Hotspur Happy Commune. Oh, I can see some super chats there. I'll come to them. How you doing, Paul? Do you sleep anymore? Yeah, I do. When did I go to bed last night? Yeah, about 8 o'clock. Well, as soon as the sun goes down, it's like someone's pulled my batteries out. But also, I do work quite long hours sometimes, and I go to bed early, so I wake up early, and I quite like that. I like, in fact, even if I go to bed late, I'm always like awake when the sun comes up. When I was a teenager, I could sleep like till 2 in the afternoon, easy. But now it's like 4 o'clock. What time is it in Sydney now? It's nearly 5 a.m., man. 5 a.m. Captain Cockerell, I think we'll get 94 points. That's not a bad tally. And take the title. Yes. With Sonny. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, the other part of the question. Okay. Thanks for reminding me. Sonny getting 22 goals in the Golden Boot. Yeah. He could get more, couldn't he? The way he's going. Like, once it clicks up, we haven't even clicked up front. You know, it does my head in, man. All these pundits saying, well, wait till Arsenal get going. This is something uh, Jacob was saying when I was on the stream with him yesterday, and I agree with this. They're all saying, oh, well, when Arsenal get going, Liverpool get going. They're sort of assuming that this is the best Tottenham will be that we've already got going just because we're top of the league. We haven't. We're top of the league and we haven't even started yet. So I think Sonny, Ali asked this question, didn't he? 22 goals. I think he could get more than that. Golden Boot's a big ask, but I think we could see Sonny getting 30 goals. What's he got so far? Is it 9? Quarter way through the season, he's heading towards 40, isn't he? Best finisher, best clinical sort of person-y guy, I think. Derek Smith, I think for variety, they might give it to Unai Emery. Aston Villa have played very well. I mean, they could do, I suppose, couldn't they? But I think, didn't they have a bit of a bump last game or something? Can't remember, but who knows, man? Who knows? They might do. They might want to start sharing it out like football's fair. Like, oh, we've got to be nice, We've got to give the Premier League trophy to Sean Dyche. We'll have to give it to Sean Dyche this month. Kim62, thanks, man. Kim is double dipping here. A member of the Hotspur Hippie Happy Commune. And he also chucked me £3. Super sticker. Thanks, man. Thanks, Kim. Nice to see you. And look, Kim here, he was around in the 60s. He was watching Spurs in the 60s, and he's excited about what we're seeing. Kim's excited. I've got no excuse, man. Elvis G, the latest member of the Hotspur Hippie Happy Commune, is now in the credits, so I don't have to sing his name. You're just one of the crowd now, Elvis. I remember when the Manager of the Month award was the Kiss of Death. Yeah, it was kind of like that, wasn't it? But I'm sure Christian Gross might have won it at one stage. Oh, well, Nuno got it, didn't he? Nuno. Remember him? Nuno got it. And then... So it was, yeah, you're right. Not for Ange. Welsh girl, another super chat. Everyone's double dipping, man. £5, thank you. I'll be able to buy a Bentley with that. Love your channel, Paul. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. We're all enjoying the ride on the Spurs Express. I dare I say it, I don't want to be anti-Welsh in any way, but I think the Spurs Express is a little bit more exciting than Ivor the Engine. Just a little bit. But I mean, Ivor the Engine was exciting when I was a kid. God, we were simple creatures, weren't we? Back in the day. Stop motion animation from, was it Oliver Post? That one. Ivor the Engine came rolling over the hill. But the Spurs Express, power. Spurs Express, the glory, man. That's it. Membership suits dress available. Thanks, man. Oh dear. You lot are being more contrived with me. It's funny. Thank you. Ali Muhammad. Start, bench, and sell. Start, bench, and sell Kane. Oh, okay. I got you. Kane, Bale, and Defoe. Oh, blimey. I'm afraid, Ali, I'm going to have to kind of reject your hypothesis here and say I'd keep all of them. I liked all of them. I don't want to sell any of them. I'm sorry. I know I'm not playing the game, but it's my nature, man. It's my nature. Ben Williams. you're a fellow bass player. Oh, right, you have a crack, do you? We're the Basuma of the band. That's right. It's all about the groove. It's all about the groove, man. That the vital cord that links the front with the back. That's it. That's it. Without us, you've got no. People don't dance, do they? I mean, look, I'm not. I'm just, I just play for fun, really. But now and then, I've, played in front of people, and as a bass player, I had this open air thing where I knew them. I mean, they were all proper musicians, but it's pretty cool. And they said, "Do you want to have a go?" I said, "Yeah, all right, man." I got into a real good groove. I was doing it, and then I looked up and I saw people dancing, and it was the biggest thrill, man, to see people just going off their nut. Because I know there's no bass, there's no dance, man. So yeah, I love it. Edward Wire, the early bird catches the worm. You caught the worm, Paul. Yeah, that's it. And if you get up late in the day, all you catch is snakes in the midday sun. Uh, Ian Barry and them old-fashioned sponge footballs. They were great for teaching skills. Yeah, I never had one. Maybe that's the difference. If only my mum and dad had bought me a sponge, but I wouldn't have had motivation to stick at it. That's why I admire these. I admire these footballers or anyone that's good at something. They've found something usually at a very early age that they like. That's all it is. They found something that they really like, and so it doesn't feel like hard work because it's fun. You hear stories of Paul Gascoigne staying after training, just kicking the ball around because it was fun. It's not hard work; it's fun. I mean, it is hard work, but it's fun as well. So, you know, some people are really, fortunate and they find that it's cool. Mick Dundee, fireworks and spliffs. That's it. Canberra, man. Party town. I mean, you look at a road map of Canberra and it does look a bit like a doily. So it's all, you get dizzy driving around Canberra because you're just doing circles all the time. Your tyres on your right hand side, they're just going to get knackered because you're just going around like that all the time. Derek Smith Ways thought Sydney was the cosmopolitan capital of Australia and Canberra just a state administrative seat of government. Yeah, well, I mean, it is. It is. And maybe that's, maybe that's why they got to let their hair down, poor things, when you're running the country, all that hard work, you got to be rewarded, haven't you? Got to be rewarded and make sure your kids don't grow up with a criminal record like the rest of the country. Stay humble. That's a good name. Hi, hippie. Hi, stay humble. Edward Wire. It's 5 a.m. in Melbourne. Yeah, 5 a.m. here. Yep. Because you and I both have this silly clocks going backwards and forwards twice. It just does my head in. Why do we bother? Andy Newen. Yeah, that your surname, man. I remember I've asked people how to pronounce that, and I seem to remember I just get different answers every time, so it confused me. So I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Melbourne, Australia 2. Maybe you're talking to Edward there. So all right, okay. Melbourne, Australia fans here. Oh, welcome, man. Welcome. Nice to see you. Well, trying to look at your crest. That's Liverpool, isn't it? Liverpool. How's Clippity Clop going these days? Clippity Clop. But welcome. Stay humble. I think we will finish second and win the league next year comfortably and with some good signings. Yeah, it's possible. It's not bad, is it? Look, make no mistake, I think next year. This is just an hors d'oeuvre, an appetizer. This is something. Oh, sorry, sir, your table isn't ready yet. Would you like a bowl of nuts? Oh, these nuts are nice. I'm liking these nuts because I'm hungry. So a bit of nuts, And then next season it's prawns, lobsters, caviar. Oh, succulent treats. Yeah, I agree. But when you're hungry, a bowl of nuts that might have the odd pube in it, because you know what men are like. We're dirty, disgusting creatures. go to bog and don't wash your hands. I mean, even that's a tasty morsel to a hungry person, isn't it? And that's what we've been so far, hungry. I mean, no, to be fair, we're not just getting peanuts this year. Uh, we're getting sandwiches that are cut into triangles. You know, it's like, oh, a little bit fancy that, you know. But next year, oh, the largesse. Oh, we'll be all like Mr. Creosote, gorging ourselves. I can't take another game of this top shelf football. I'll explode. But, sir, it's only a wafer thin. Derek Smith, 22 goals won't be enough for the Golden Boot. I think that's true. Ollie Watkins will probably get that many or more this season. Yeah, I think you might be looking at. Well, usually it's like the high 20s, isn't it? When you get into 30s, is crops up a few times, and that will get it. Anything over 30. But for a striker, I mean, if you're scoring over 25, or even 22 is a good number you pick there. I'll stick with you, Derek. You get over 22 goals in a season, you're going all right. You're going all right. Stay humble. Villa have only beat teams they should beat. Hardly special. Did you hear that beep? Was it? Was that paranormal activity on this Halloween evening? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really watched them, to be honest, but I kind of had the feeling they were not doing as well as expected. You know, Unai Emery, are people singing his praises, and it's something's not quite right. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Ian Barron, I'm a miserable old man. Ban fireworks. Here he comes. Here he comes. Ian Barron. They're a menace for old people and pets, or a waste of money. Give the money to NHS charities, etc. Oh well. Uh, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you in a way, Ian, here actually, because even though fireworks are deemed too exciting for adults in Australia, you know we do have the massive New Year's fireworks on the Harbour Bridge. It's the same every bloody year, and that costs millions and millions of dollars, and it costs millions of dollars to set up viewing areas and all that. And I agree with you. That money could be much better spent. Much better spent. You know, um, bit hippie there, creeping in. Oh, I've been going over an hour. I've got to wrap up soon because I want to get on the road, drive all those lovely people to work. Derek Smith, Bentley flying Spur Uber, crappy old Prius Uber. You could up your fares. Oh no, if I get a Bentley, yes, I could, and I might get more 5 stars from the posh twats in the eastern suburbs. Because I know what goes through their head. I know what goes through their head. Someone picks them up in a fancy car, and they go, "Oh, 5 stars." I rock up. Oh well, if I gave the Lexus 5 stars, I can't give this guy 5 stars because his car's not as good. I'll give him 3. Just give your Uber driver 5. If you get in the car and you get to where you want to go, and it costs what you think, 5 stars, man. Don't be a Egon Rone critic. Don't backseat drive and give directions either. But yeah, Bentley, I'd be sure in. But if I had a Bentley, would I be doing Uber? What would I? Heck is like. What about Catweasel? I hope you're not casting aspersions on me. Jeffrey Bowden. Edward White, Ange's fans should see. I was talking to Her Majesty Queen Ellie about this. We're of the same opinion. Ange isn't saying what we should think and feel. He's dropping some big hints, though. Dropping some big hints. Yeah, go for it. Get excited. There's enough misery and pain in football. So when these moments come, you might as well just get carried away. Bugger it. And I think he's right. I think he's letting us know that he wants us to get excited because that's great for the team and everything, you know? It gives them the best shot. Gives them the best shot. And I don't know if that's enough to get over the line, you know, or not, but it doesn't hurt, does it? if you've got a whole crowd of people believing it, you've got a whole fan base all around the world saying, yeah, we can bloody win this thing, that's not going to hurt the team, I don't think. I don't think that will get them above their station and arrogant, because they're keeping Ange will keep their feet on the ground. We don't have to worry about that. You know, that's sorted. But the atmosphere that creates, I think, is a really positive thing. So I'm all for it, man. Fans are hesitant because of Spurs in this curse and looking like idiots later on. Look, I fully understand, man. You know, I fully understand. You know that we've had false dawns. People have got excited and got disappointed before. For me, it doesn't bother me. I like getting excited because if it all goes to rubbish, I'm going to be disappointed anyway, aren't I? So there's, it doesn't make any difference to me. But looking like idiots, I would take issue. I would take issue with that. Looking like idiots to whom? To what, other fans? Well, how do they factor into the equation? Well, I don't care what they think. You know, I've heard, oh, well, you know, we were all laughing at Arsenal fans thinking they could win the league last year and they didn't. Ha ha ha, Arsenal. Well, you know, good on the Arsenal fans. You know, you won't hear me say this much, but good on the Arsenal fans for going along for the ride, you know. I'm sure they had a whole heap of fun doing that. And yeah, I'm going to mock them and say, you lot choked. But I wouldn't expect them to give a crap about what I think. I'm a Spurs fan. So it's the same. Like, okay, I'm getting excited. I'm saying we can win the league. We're in a title race. If it don't happen, some people will go, you said we're going to win the league and we didn't. Yeah, so what? Okay. You know, you can't have your life ruled by fear. Especially if, I mean, this is all silly football stuff, isn't it? You know, it's got no real consequences. Who cares? I mean, people have laughed at Spurs fans for years anyway. So what's another bloody year make any difference? I'm going to make hay while the sun shines. I don't give a... Bring it on! Bring it on, other fans. You can all point the finger and say, you were wrong. I don't care. So what? I'm wrong about more things than bloody football, man. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. Like when I hear people saying, I'm fed up with being bantered. Yeah, but even if we win the bloody league, what, you think they're all going to go, oh, well done, Tottenham. Yes. Well done, Tottenham fans. Yeah, I've been supporting Arsenal since 2022. I'm their oldest serving fan. And I say, well done, Tottenham fans, for winning. They won't bloody do that. They'll say you're lucky, you fluked it, you didn't deserve it. Spurs fans are arrogant, they're cocky, they're confident. See, you can't win, so you might as well bugger them. Bugger them. But when I hear stuff like that, the more it makes me, because I'm a bit of a contrarian. We are going to win the bloody league. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Who'll win the next 10 Ballon d'Ors, predict Hippie? Looks like James Maddison, doesn't it? James Maddison. Daniel Sandoval, big up, one love. G'day, man. Look, it's what is it? 18 minutes past 5. I want to get going in about 12 minutes. Am I nearly up at the end of the comments? Nearly there. I'll nearly catch up. Beer talk. Morning, Paul. Morning, Andrea. Morning, Mark Howell. Come January, Spurs will get reinforced. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, eh? Well, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's up to Ange, isn't it? It's exciting because I've got no idea what he's going to do. No idea. Unpredictable. The only predictability about is we're going to be better. Hit the bar. Oh, so close, man. What sort of reception do you think Poch will get on Monday? It's hard to say, isn't it? Well, I was talking to Jacob on his stream yesterday about this. I don't know if he'll get booed. I don't think he'll get, his magic, or anything like that. You might get a bit of boo, might get a mild applause. Like, whatever it is, I don't think there's any rights and wrongs to it. People feel how they feel, and if it's boos, that's what those people are feeling. Some people are feeling that betrayal and all that. It's not so. I don't feel that personally, really. I don't, agree with that. But it's so subjective, isn't it? Some people feel that way, and if they want to boo, boo. But I think uh, I think a good response would be to sing that Robbie Williams song. I must be the only person on planet Earth that doesn't know that song, but it's got something like you can keep your. I think it's Mourinho and Pochettino. I think that says a lot. Singing that song as loud as you can. But I don't know. I don't know. But whatever it is, I think it's all fine. All fine, whether it's boos, cheers, whatever, indifference. Fans can do whatever they want to do. Derek Smith, what's with the adverts on your live stream? Don't mind an upload, but live is annoying. Oh, sorry. Well, I switched the adverts on, and I thought it only puts adverts on afterwards, but that's life, man. I'll see. I'll see what I can do. It's limited the options I've got when I do it on my mobile phone. Is part of it, Derek. But hey, I've got to earn a quid, But yeah, you're right. I don't like it coming up during a live stream afterwards when people are watching it. It's cool, but I can't see any way of really doing that. But anyway, Catching Grandma, member of Hotspur Hippie, Commonwealth. G'day, Paul. Has anyone mentioned Australia pulling out of the World Cup bid? Yeah, I was looking at that this morning. It's a great shame, especially as it would go to Saudi now. It probably would have anyway. When I saw that, part of me, I thought, oh, come on, just go for the bid. But the bid does cost a lot of money. I know I'm speaking real world here. I mean, the dreamer in me would have liked to have seen them progress with it. But realistic, I think last time Australia bid, we only got one vote. We were out at the first hurdle. So, But it is a shame because I think Australia could host a really good World Cup. And why I've met Poch, I guess he'll get boos. Yeah, he might do. Is this Aston Villa? They beat Brighton 6-1 at the end of September. Well, what else have they done? They're not top of the league, are they? Kim62, we're on a journey and we're just at the beginning. Ange will only make us better. That's right. See? Not my words. Kim62, he's been a Spurs fan longer than me. Can't wait till we make the media pundits eat their words when we succeed. I know. I love it. When we succeed. It's not if, maybe. It's when. That sort of belief, I think, is good for the team. Unai Emery is rolling rep. Hey, rep fans. I haven't heard him talk. Does he talk like Roland Rat? I can't even remember what he looks like. Does he look? I don't know. Oh, our fans. The saviour of TV AM. When breakfast TV was like a new thing. Oh, you kids, remember. But TV used to only be on for a few hours during the day. Now there's 24 hours rubbish. It's like between 10 and 4 or something. And then had breakfast TV. Woo! And no one watched it. Till Roland Rat. Matthew, that's why Hippie is the Stone Cold or Spurs community. Nice one, man. I'm racing through these because I want to get to the end. Derek Smith, I've driven a few Priuses. I like it. Very easy car to drive, man. It's very easy to drive smoothly. I like driving smoothly. And it uses no petrol. It's fantastic. And when I say petrol, I mean petrol. None of this ethanol rubbish. Because ethanol don't work. I can give you my scientific data because I drive a lot. I've kind of kept an eye on these things. Ethanol in Australia is about 1% cheaper, but it gets you 5% less of the distance. It's 10%, so it's like half the efficient. It's 10% of the fuel. It gets you 5% less distance, and it costs 1% less. So I mean, you're sort of saving the planet. Well, but it's okay. Well, anyway, great stream up Spurs. Thanks, man. Alan Bennett, Spurs are boiling wee all over England. Beer Talk, Paul, don't mind the ads as long as you're making a buck from them. Thanks, man. Got to earn a quid, Got to earn a quid. Derek, FIFA are but they are. If you've got honey on your hands, fingers, you're going to lick it. That's what it is. I mean, every organisation. I mean, you could have a bowling club committee, and it's going to be corruption, people feathering their own nests. Oh, I've got to go to the National Bowling Club conference. Yeah, you won't be eating chips and gravy at that, will you? Oh no. Oh no. Well, we only get together once a year. Oh, we've got to have lobsters. Anything, any committee, any organisation. That's what happens. And FIFA, the more bigger it is, the more you get of that. Ballon d'Or awards. I mean, do you reckon they're eating a bag of chips and fizzy water, soda water? Don't think so. Where's that money come from? It's come from us. We're paying for that. Oh, it comes from sponsorship. Oh, why do they sponsor things? Because the sponsorship company gets stuff from, because we buy their, because we're stupid creatures. We advertising and branding. Oh yeah. Hippie things he does arrive, raise hell, kick ass, drink beer, and leave. Yeah. What? Okay. Andy Nguyen, Nico William from Spain being linked to Tottenham Spurs. Oh, there's all sorts of rumours and innuendo about who's linked anyway. We'll find out what happens when it all happens. Anyway, man, I've got to the end and that's timed it right. Cool. So, once again, thanks to the super chats from LSG, Chem62 and Welsh Gal. They're all double dippers, man. They're all members of the Hotspur Hippie Commune and all giving me more cash. Thanks very much, folks. Thanks to everyone who's watched. And if you're watching afterwards, I hope you're having a nice chill time. I hope it's helping you, just relax and, put a smile on your face or whatever. It's not all get worked up. I don't want to get people worked up. It's just, football's stupid, isn't it? Football's stupid, and how dumb are we for making it so important? That's the wonderful thing about bloody life. And if you've clicked like and subscribe and all that, that's cool as well. Thanks very much, man. So I'll just say until next time, when all the ghosts and ghouls have gone back to sleep for another year. Ooh. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. And with the new improved end credit, which I hope I've done right, which will say Elvis G on it, come on, you Spurs. There, isn't it? I did it.